Jim, I suppose it's a measure of the character within the group, as the gaffer said, that in the end came away from Harrogate disappointed not to have won the game rather than delighted to have got that equaliser.
Yeah, definitely. I think we controlled large spells of the game, had our chances. When you go to 2-1 down in the 90th minute, obviously it's a massive disappointment. But again, like I say, to keep pushing towards the end and even attempt to get back into the game so late, and then to actually do it was a massive plus for us and a massive bonus, and I think something that we definitely deserved on the night.
And the individual responses as well to both goals. We talked about the one in injury time there, but making no bones about it, the first goal shouldn't have stood either, but the lads sort of dug in and responded the right way, didn't they?
Yeah, obviously disappointing decisions, even after seeing them back, but it's one of them. You have to take it on the chin. You can't change it once it's done. Like I say, it's disappointing, but you hope over the course of a season it will even itself out. But again, like I say, the response is the main thing. It's how you react to things in football, and I think the response was magnificent.
And it just keeps a little bit of a run going in terms of momentum and confidence more than anything else for the lads to have avoided defeat on Tuesday. Hopefully take a bit of confidence into Saturday as well now. Yeah,
definitely. I think it's important that we prepare right for every game, because we always, if we do that, we fancy our chances against anybody really. So yeah, it's all about preparation, recovery, and you can't dwell on the games that have gone too much. Just keep moving forward and hopefully pick up 3 points in the next game.
I was going to mention the fact that Chorley are one of the teams in and around us and who would fancy their chances in the promotion race this season, but I think you can pretty much apply that to any team in the top half of the season, can't you? Really, it's very competitive.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. I think you look at any league tables up and down the country at this stage of the season, and any team say that if they put 2 or 3 wins together, they'll be up there. And if it works the other way, if you get 2 or 3 defeats, you're back down the other end. So yeah, it's not about that yet. I don't think. I think it's about preparing right for the next game, week in, week out, doing the right things, and trying to remain consistent, and then see where it leads you at the end of the season. And
travelling reasonable distances in tough conditions, battling against tough teams, hardens you as certainly from the young lads as well in terms of experience in the game as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. What a great learning curve for the younger players, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge for all of us. Playing Saturday, Tuesday, tough conditions and stuff. That's what it's all about, and it's one of them. That's what I said earlier: preparation, recovery. It's so vital in the game. Even more so, like I say, when you're being challenged every 3 or 4 days in tough conditions.
You almost talk about learning and developing as if it only applies to the lads in the squad who are sort of either side of their teams, really, in terms of sort of late teens, early 20s. But yourself, one of the more experienced members of the squad, still learning every day, especially new level for you.
Yeah, I think that's a massive part of football, really. Having that appetite to want to learn, to still want to be successful. I've only been here for like 2 or 3 months, and I've learned so much about the game from a different viewpoint. It's been fascinating, really, and it's been something I've really enjoyed.
And how have you found it? Because obviously you've been able to come in and use that experience straight away, but certainly watching your performances, it seems like you're starting to feel more confident in this defensive unit and in this team now. You're sort of bedding in, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's certain things that give players an opportunity to play at a higher level for a longer time and stuff like that. And it's about doing things day in, day out. Trying to get that across to different players, but also look after your own game. It's a massive challenge, but like I say, it's something I've really enjoyed.
And how do you temper that? Because if that doesn't go on board with some of the younger lads, it's only for the one usually being a little bit too enthusiastic and vibrant to do well for the club, really. I guess it's just managing that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you've got a group of players like we've got here who are enthusiastic, they've obviously got a lot of ability. Put that together with the ambition, if they put it all together rightly, then they can get to where they want to be, really. And I think there's, like I said, a lot of young players who could definitely have a good career in the game.